First question. Why did we start Crown Athletics? Why did we start Crown Athletics?
Why did we start Crown Athletics, Randy?
Captains.
Oh, okay.
Thanks to Christy, we got off. I feel like y'all need to like that. It's like I'm in the, y'all are together and I'm in the foreground.
It's like she in the front.
Friend, but you can get right here. Like, you act. Okay. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Christy, slide over just a little bit.
No.
Just a little bit.
Which way? She's
That way.
This way?
Just a little
Just
bit.
back up a little.
Alright,
that's
that's
it.
Girl.
Shut up.
Okay.
Now I feel squished. Destiny Child.
Can you pay my bills?
Say my name.
Okay. How do we pick captains for Highland Springs? Because Crown doesn't have captains.
Crown does not have captains. We pick captains for Highland Springs based upon characteristics we want our captains to have. So we want our captains to be able to be effective communicators. We want our captains to have leadership qualities.
I think the main thing, like, I personally cannot stand, like, when it says leadership qualities, like, I don't like people who are one person in front of their coaches and another person, like, you're not a leader, like, so you want to come off to us as you're a leader, but really behind closed doors, you're like the rest of your team, you're a follower, like, to an extent, because they're all teenagers. So I definitely look for that. Like, if you're your own person and you do your own thing and you ain't worried about nobody else, like, when you gonna be you regardless, I love that trait. So that honesty, I mean, skill somewhat, but
skill is probably at the bottom of the list when we're picking a captain. Like, skill is not the most important thing, but a captain has to be a good cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? Because that means you paid attention, you listened, you took constructive criticism well.
You're coachable.
Right, you're coachable. Exactly, you are coachable. And that's another thing, attitude. Attitude is so important. Like, if you have a positive attitude, no one wants a leader that's always a negative person.
Right.
So you have to have a positive attitude, and then you have to, like, exude that and express that to your team. You have to be able to do that. Like, when they're in a rut, you have to be able to pick them up. And we look for that. And
also your school, like, as in grade, and are you constantly getting in trouble with your teachers? Like, that's a huge thing for us too.
It is. You have to be a well-rounded academic student first and foremost, because one, how else are you going to be on the team if your grades looking terrible? Right. And then are you a well-behaved student? You know, can you respect authority and leadership? Because at the end of the day, we're your boss now that you're captain. And can we even work well with you? Like, that's important too, because we literally depend on our captain so much to be the liaison for what we want. And if we can't mesh well with them, and even their parents sometimes, like, if we can't mesh well with them, then they can't be a captain.
Right. Because we're super demanding on our captain. So shout out to all our former Highland Springs captains.
Shout out to y'all. And we've always had really good captains. Always had really good captains. Everyone has their flaws, of course, but it's about what you can bring to the table that is important when we are picking those captains. So.
And we're very observant. So throughout the season, before you get picked as captain, we're watching you. We watch everybody. So
we watch the current season for the next season.
Absolutely. So by the time we have tryouts for the next season, we already have our captain pick pretty much. So yeah, that's why you gotta.
We'll be having our captain.
We can't wait for you to show your commitment, your dedication, like that stuff like that. Yes,
that's important.
That's very important.
Yes.
Next question: do you ever feel bad for yelling at your athletes?
No.
Well, I don't yell, so
Christy does not yell.
This is about as loud as I get to them.
True.
So no.
I probably
yell the most.
I probably yell the most.
Probably take that probably out. You yell the most.
I yell the most, And no, I do not feel bad for yelling because I have said it 20,000 times nice before I start. Maybe 2 or 3 times nice.
2 or 3.
Heavy on the 2.
Good one.
Heavy on the 2.
A good one.
Before I start yelling at them. But I really do have like a sense of Tourette's, because if I see something that is crazy that I have taught you, I'm gonna literally fall out on the floor.
Yeah, I don't feel bad for yelling, just because I think that a lot of times coaches make the mistake of trying to be their athletes' friends.
Absolutely.
And not their coach. Like, this is how I put it. Teenagers they have bad attitudes. They test you. They test your gangster all the time. They try you, they roll their eyes, they suck their teeth, they give you attitude, all of the above. So basically, I'm gonna let you know that I'm the bigger boss than you. So if I ask you to do something and you don't do it the first time, now I'm disrespected. And now I have to yell because when I talk to you nice, you act like you can't hear me because I said it the first time nice. We never come out the gate like, never. I'm always like, y'all getting set. Then when you don't do it, now I gotta turn it to the big bad Hulk.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So moral of the story, no. We don't.
Yeah, no, I don't feel bad. No. And honestly, I couldn't help it if I did feel bad. So that's another thing. Like, I had really, me personally, all my coaches were hard. All my coaches, yeah, they were hard on us. Like, because this is for, you know, some people that disagree with, you know, like, I guess they feel like yelling is verbal abuse or, you know, whatever. This is for all of you people. I've always had a hard coach, like, to be hard on me. And I know that you don't always have to convey that with yelling, because we don't. Which I feel like is another thing that we have a good balance on. Like, we not just constantly yelling at them. But we're also not letting them get away with murder either. Right. So we have
attempted murder.
Oh, exactly. Like anything. Like, and we are big on discipline, y'all. We are very big on discipline. Because if you cannot be a disciplined athlete, you will not be a disciplined citizen in society. Like, it's just you're not gonna have a successful life. So we really you're not gonna be successful if you can't be disciplined. So we really put a lot of emphasis on discipline, and sometimes that comes with yelling.
Yeah, because a lot of people ask us, like, when we do questions and answers on our cheer pages, a lot of people, we constantly get the question, how do we deal with attitudes? Like, when we go on live and stuff, we constantly get that question. It's like, we don't deal with it, like, because you can get out and go home. Right,
like, we don't have to deal with it.
Yeah, so
I've never as long as I've been coaching, I've never had a cheerleader get smart with me. I don't think so. Not that I recall.
No, I don't think any of them ever fully. I don't know.
I've argued with a few of them.
Yeah.
It's some that will try it.
Yeah,
like, you have some that will try.
You have some. Nobody has ever. Coach Christy is so sweet, y'all. Nobody's ever gonna try her. Like she said, she is like the mom. It's like, if I ever when I feel like I'm disrespecting her, not even like directly, but when I feel like I'm in a situation where I'm disrespecting her, I'm like, Christy, I'm so sorry. Yeah. She the first person I apologize.
That's true. But it's like, for me, I think my coaching style is different from theirs, but we all are the same in a sense, because even though I don't yell at them, I will still tell them, what you do? Give me 100 or whatever the case may be.
Give me 1,000. That's Christy. She would literally be smiling at you and be like, okay, 5,000 burpees. Like, that's why they don't play with her, because if she gonna give an exercise, it's gonna be here, okay? We're gonna scream and then we'll probably give you 30.
Right, exactly.
She's not gonna scream, she's gonna give you 3,000.
And that's just that, and you're gonna sit there and do them because Coach Christy says so. Okay, next question. When are you going to have a male cheerleader? This was asked on the Highland Springs page because Crown has a male cheerleader. He's our first. Hey, Aiden. He's our first male cheerleader. We love him. He's so coachable. He is.
Can I answer this question?
Sure.
Okay, so 2013, 2014. Was that the year? Either way, whichever year I started coaching, we had a male cheerleader. So 2013, 2014, well, whatever. I'm sorry, I get my times messed up. But we've had male cheerleaders. It all depends on if you try out and if you make the team.
Right.
So
it's not a thing. Like I think people think we got this thing like we don't want male cheerleaders.
That's not the thing.
But no.
You have to make the team. We've only had, since Coach C's been here, only one male has tried out since she's been with the coaching staff, and that's been going on 5 years.
Yeah, so it's not that we don't want it.
I think that some guys are intimidated as well,
and some males want to shake. Yes. And we make it very clear that our males don't shake, and so every Stomp and Shake team is different. Some males they see on Instagram they're shaking, and some teams do not, and we're one of the teams that do not. So I know that has stirred certain people away too, because our males don't shake, so it is what it is. But
if you are one of the males that want to try out for Highland Springs, by all means,
and you're eligible, try out.
Right, try out. You never know.
Next question: what's your favorite part about coaching? Good question. Whoever asked this.
I actually hate it, so I don't have.
Girl, shut up.
I think my favorite part about coaching is the effect we have on our athletes, like the influence that we have on our athletes. The ability to be able to influence somebody to be better and do better is always important. Definitely to us, that's one of the top things about our program and what we try to instill in our athletes. So yeah, that's probably my favorite part about coaching. Like I love when we have alumni that come back to us, they be like, y'all taught me so much, like thank you so much, like I remember you telling me to do this. It really paid off in the long run. So that's important to me, because I feel like that aligns with your purpose in life, and I want to have a purpose to be able to influence people to be better and do better. So
yeah,
love it.
That's like my favorite part too. I love mentoring the kids and building connections with them in general. So that's my favorite part. Yeah,
same. I agree, so I don't really have nothing to add.
Yeah, you said it perfect. So that's our favorite part about coaching. Next question, this big fat iPad. What's the hardest part about tryouts? P.S. Love you guys.
Oh, thank you. Love you too.
Whoever said that.
Right. What was the question?
What's the hardest part about tryouts? Are you talking about? I don't know if you're talking about like as an athlete or as coaches. Because we don't really have a hard part.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think it's anything hard about. Well, yes, it is. Okay, the hardest part about tryouts, I would say for us, is the decision-making process.
Oh yeah.
When we get to the decision-making table about who we are going to put on the team, y'all, it takes us forever to agree and decide who we want to put on the team.
Because mind you, we told y'all we pretty much never agree honestly on a lot of stuff, but we just make it work.
Some may be a hard yes, some may be a hard no, and they like some
it be the maybes that like that's a no for me, but a maybe for them, or vice versa, or it's a yes for me and a maybe for them, and it's like, yeah, that's the hardest part for us, decision making. I mean, for the athletes, they might say learning the material or
the application process.
Physical part, like working out.
I think learning the material may be the hardest part for them, honestly. Because
a
lot of times their parents take care of the make sure their other parts straight.
Yeah, the application, but it is the conditioning. The conditioning takes people out every year. Time. Yes. People literally walk off after
we run the track. People will walk off the track like, oh no. Yeah, I think it's the conditioning for the athletes.
Absolutely.
If we're speaking from athletes, conditioning for us, decision making. This is a really good question. People been asking good questions. What's the biggest assumption about y'all?
That's a good
question.
I don't even know what people assume about us, to be honest. I mean, what do people assume?
Like, I think about the girls, like, not us, but maybe the girls. Like, people assume they stuck up, and like they've been told that before at school, and they're not. Y'all, they're not. Like, I don't know if it's because people see them strutting in the games and they got their game face on and they're serious, and it comes off as I don't know how.
I mean, but it probably does. But people have to understand, like, you have to separate the person from the performer. Like they are there to perform and put on a show. So that's probably not their actual personality when they go home. Just like if you see an actor on TV. So acting is not really who they are in real life. So that's the difference between the like they are not stuck up. They are goofy.
They play too much. They get in trouble for playing too much. Literally. Like, I mean, and a lot of the things that they do is because we make them do it, like strutting in games or strutting in general. They strut. We could go to the bathroom and they would be strutting.
Absolutely.
Strutting anywhere. When we're at events that we want them to be focused and serious at, they're not allowed to talk. That's our rule.
That's our rule.
So like, if people see them and they just sitting in the stands and they're not like, cause I know at competitions, I don't know if y'all be peeping, but like, other teams get to have fun, get to dance with the DJ. They better not breathe hard. We need you to be focused, baby, okay?
We need you to be focused, baby, okay?
Like, so a lot of teams be like dancing, doing all the dance songs that be coming on, but our girls know they have to basically sit down like robots. So I know sometimes that can look like, what's wrong with them?
Why they don't want to interact?
Yeah,
but it's like, no, it's game time and they're focused. And once they are done with their performance,
they can do anything. Go get ice cream, go cartwheel across the. We don't care what you do after comp. Like,
what you about to say about it? Yeah, I was gonna ask you what you think assumption is about it.
One thing that I can say is that some people feel like we will do whatever it takes to win. When I say that, I mean sabotaging anybody else to be number one, and that has never been the case. That's never been the case. We love good competitions, and when I say good competitions, we love when we're competing against some teams that we know are great. So if we win, that's great. If you win, that's great. You did a great job. It's never a case where we are never at the point where we're like, we have to beat so and so. We have to.
We're always competing against ourselves.
Yes, we are our own competition, and we don't say that cocky, but we always make it a point to be better than what we were last season.
Because when you focus on the next, you lose focus of yourself.
Right.
And that's, we always want to be focused on ourselves. Another assumption too, why you said that we're favorites. That's probably the worst one.
That's probably the worst.
Yeah. Because it's like, what y'all think is the hashtag your favorite? Like, that's just that hashtag, honey.
Yeah,
we're not favorites by any means.
I agree with that. I don't know why people think we are favorites. I want to say, to be honest, we are really nice people.
On, because the dog is working.
They're gonna be barking. You gonna be able to hear me? All right. So yeah, we're really nice people. And we like to support everyone, and we like to love on everyone. Like we're good people to be around and to interact with, and we are very serious when it comes to our sport. Like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it at 100%. You know what I'm saying? So if that makes us the favorite, or that we're really not, that I don't even really know what I'm trying to say, but without trying to sound like, I don't want us to sound cocky. Like, we're really humble. We're really humble people. Like, we literally analyze our team till it can't be analyzed anymore. Like, we will be completely honest with our team. I think that's one thing that we do good as coaches. Like, we're honest with ourselves about where we stand and where the level of our program is, and we're honest with our girls about it. Like, if we feel like they didn't do good, y'all didn't do good, and y'all probably lost.
That's every comp. Honestly, we've never went to a comp and been like, oh, we won that. Never. We always, like, every nationals, I think we lost. Every single time, I'd be like, y'all, we lost. We ain't win this.
Every competition, not just even.
Yeah, I do like it. And also, another thing, every competition, regardless if we win or lose, we're at that judges table asking what we could have done better. We do that every comp. Yeah, I don't really want to go on a tangent right now.
Please, go on a tangent.
But yes, we are never going to the judges table asking them how did we score against another team. We are always going to look at those sheets and look at our notes first, before we even look at a score, we want to see those notes because that's important. They are literally jotting down the things that we need to improve upon or the things they really liked about our performance. So things we need to hold on to. You know what I'm saying? But when we're going to those judges, we're literally saying like, you know, what can we do to be better? How can we step outside of our comfort zone? You know, what can we do here? Like, we're always looking to improve ourselves. It's always us against us. You know what I'm saying? So it's never like at a point where we're trying to be better than the next or honestly to be worried about the next team. Like, we just want to be the best versions of ourselves that we can be. And that's just really important. I think that's something other people need to model. It is.
We literally, y'all, we can't exaggerate it. Like, it was one nationals. It wasn't the last one. I think it was one before that. But we were 4 points away from a perfect score. And we was like, so how could we have gotten a perfect? Like, it didn't matter that we were so close. Like, we wanted to know what we did or how we could have done anything better. Like, that's always our case. Like, contrary to what people believe, we are humble. I know some people might feel like we're not humble, or I know Crown and Highland Springs are different. Highland Springs has a bigger name right now. Right now. So people might feel like they're not humble, but like, yeah, they never get compliments from us. They always suck. That's our favorite thing. That looks terrible.
That looks terrible.
Y'all suck.
Y'all do not. Right. Like, y'all, and they really don't. And like we said before, it's all for the performance. This is what y'all want. So we just want to give y'all what y'all want. Okay. The performance. Okay. Y'all want to see them come in and looking confident. Don't nobody want to see no team that look like they shouldn't even be a cheer team. That look like you can intimidate them versus the other way around. Like, no, that's not what's up. So they want to be sweet and we gonna make them sweet by all means necessary.
Assumptions, we're not stuck. The girls are not stuck up. We're not stuck up. We're not favorites. We're not cocky. I mean,
I don't know what other assumptions there might be about
if we are favorites, then that's your opinion and we appreciate you.
Your favorite cheerleader?
Yes,
your favorite
we love
coaches.
it, and we won't tear that from
we
you.
Love y'all. Y'all love us.
Right. We love y'all. We love everybody.
We love everybody. Next question.
That was a good one, Crystal.
Next question. Will Highland Springs and Crown ever compete against each other?
It's possible.
Not while we're coaching.
Yeah, not while we're coaching.
Maybe once we done coaching Highland Springs.
Yeah. Right. We wouldn't. Putting our teams against each other just doesn't seem ethical, to be honest. It's no reason to do that. And another thing, they probably wouldn't be in the same category. That's a high school team versus a Stump and Shake all-star team. Like, they don't even match up. So
they cheer the same. So it wouldn't even be we're the same coaches, so we're gonna coach both teams exactly alike. So it's like,
yeah, the only way we will compete against each other is if we are completely done with Highland Springs. They got a whole new coaching staff, and they come and on their own. Y'all want to compete? Go ahead.
Next question: What accomplishments do you want to see for your teams in the future? These are really good questions, y'all. I don't know. I think this was off my personal page.
What was the question? What accomplishments do you want to see for your team in the future? Accomplishments. I would say, personally, I want them to accomplish whatever goals they want to accomplish. Like, at the beginning of the season, we always have them set goals for themselves and for their team, and the sky is the limit. So, to be honest, if they want to go to Worlds and compete, I'm with it. Like, that's a goal. If that's a goal for them, that's a goal for us as a coaching staff. Like, we want them to literally be the best at whatever they decide to do. If they say, coaches, we want to do gymnastics now, we're gymnastics. Like,
now we're gymnastics.
Exactly.
Coaches, we want to be major rec. Now we're major rec.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, whatever they want. Yeah, that's what we have for them. Like, y'all, they're like, we just have good athletes, and I know that's a reflection of us, but like, our athletes are really dedicated for the most part. Like, it's always going to be the people on every single team who have their problem childs, like, but for the most part, our athletes are super dedicated. Like, when they want to get something, they're gonna want to practice it non-stop. Like what they try, it's a stunt they're trying to get the TikTok, that little TikTok Georgia group. Like they wanted to practice, they want to do it every single practice. Like they are so dedicated and so like
even on days that are not their practice.
Yes.
They want to come and
they want to
practice.
come and do it. So it's like you like it, I love it. Like it's whatever. Yeah, I think those are accomplishments. I mean, as a business wise, to continue to grow. We doubled. We doubled this in size for season 2. So I hope we triple for season 3.
Right.
That's an accomplishment. Yeah.
I want to say something about my youth team. I think go ahead.
Your youth team. Y'all hear her, right? Go ahead though.
My kids, they're my kids. But it really makes my heart smile when they actually pick a goal and then go work towards it. Because when I tell y'all, we were practicing bridges, and or back then, for those who don't know what a bridge is, a lot of the girls could not get it for nothing, and they made it a goal to start getting it. And so you see their cute little selves up there doing bridges on their own. Now they doing walkovers. I'm like,
they do.
You know, because they were determined, and I love to see the determination from there to now. I love to see it. So
yeah. So whatever goals they have or accomplishments they want to do, we want them to have it as well.
And then of course we want to stay in business, and like Coach Randi said, as a business we have to grow. So there's always going to be a new challenge or a new competition or something, a new goal we are going to want to reach. As far as our business is concerned, and honestly, like the sky's the limit, so we want to go as higher than the sky.
Period. Last question: what's the hardest part about being a coach?
Time. I would say time. You are very involved. It's very consuming, especially when you love your craft and you
want to perfect it.
Yes, you spend even behind, not just practices, y'all, behind the scenes of being a coach. You gotta prepare schedules. You gotta
order stuff.
It's a lot of stuff, right? That you just, the cheerleaders don't see themselves, but behind the scenes, dealing with parents, dealing with money, handling all of that stuff. I mean, it's time consuming, but
yeah, my camera died, y'all.
Yeah. See, what was I saying? Okay. So what I was saying, pretty much time management as a coach. Having to do cheer and life balance, that was hard for me. I'm speaking on myself because at one point I was 99% cheer, 1% everything else. So, and after a while, it takes a toll on you. So you have to figure out a balance and realize you don't have to necessarily be at everything, especially if you have coaches specifically for certain things. So that was hard for me to do. But I won't go into detail because y'all don't want to hear my little
I would agree with that. Christy, I'm going to agree with the time management. That's definitely something I struggle with personally as a coach. Trying to balance my family, my friends, work, my actual job, because we do work full-time jobs outside of coaching. And then coaching itself, when you want to be the best or you want to be really good at what you do, you put a lot of time and effort into it. So as coaches, even with Highland Springs and definitely with Crown as our business, we put a lot of time and energy into it. When I say we literally are waking up at 7 o'clock talking about Crown, literally going to bed at 11 o'clock at night talking about Crown. Like, and we did that with Highland Springs as coaches too. Like, literally when I said we spent 4 years together, like we were inseparable, that's literally what it was. Just planning for our teams constantly and not giving a lot of time for ourselves to recuperate, a lot of time for our friends and family to be able to see us. Like we were so consumed in it. So that's one thing I can just say. That's one thing I think we are working towards having a balance on. Is making sure we make time for our business to be successful and making time for ourselves individually to be successful. So definitely the time management for me.
Time management for me too. I just started not literally every single thing. Like it was so hard for me, but now I love it. I do it all the time.
Right.
I ain't coming today, y'all. That's my thing.
We have it set up now that we have it worked out so that we can breathe. It was overwhelming at one time.
we were literally doing cheer 7 days a week.
Literally sun up to sundown.
And then turning down things with our family and friends because y'all we got this. So then they'll automatically be like, girl, what you doing? Oh, we know.
Yeah.
Cheer.
Or not inviting us to stuff.
Right.
It's like, I know you can doing stuff for cheer. Like,
so that, and my thing too, this gonna come off a little rude, but let me rephrase it.
yes, rephrase it.
Nah.
Another thing for me, sometimes dealing with the stress that comes with dealing with negative situations from your programs, aka some of the parents.
No, honestly.
I love y'all parents, but sometimes y'all can stress a girl out, like because everybody thinks their kid is an angel, their kid is their precious jewel, their kid is everything to them, and it's like when you feel like your kid is being
neglected or not getting the attention that you think they should
or whatever, or we're being too rough on your kid, or whatever the case may be, Mama Bear is gonna come out, and it's like, hold up, let me do my job. You're mama, I'm coach. So I think that's a big thing because I'm an extremely positive person. Like, I live a really happy life, and when negativity is brought into my life, 10 times out of 9 it's from cheer. So if I have to deal, if it's anything negative, it's actually like I don't want it, y'all can have it. So that's something for me. We don't really deal with that with Crown, thank the Lord, knock on wood. But with Highland Springs, dealing with parents is something that you just can't get away from, and so that's one of the hardest parts for me. Like, if I could just only talk for the kids,
right? I would say that's my second hardest part. Me personally, I don't like feeling personally victimized by Regina George. So like, when parents do feel a certain type of way about their kid, but they start to attack you as a person and your character and how you're handling the situation, I don't like that. So I become very defensive.
right?
And yeah, if I get too stressed out, y'all, I'll get anxiety and then I'll just black out. So to avoid that, like, I would rather not deal with negative situations and negative parents, which is why Crown is like, if you don't want to be here, you literally don't have to be here. I feel like we run a really good program. I know there are other people out there that feel like we run a really good program. Of course, we have things we have to improve upon because we're still human. Right. So it's just like, yeah, you just gotta take the really good and some of the bad. All right, y'all, we gotta go, we gotta bounce because we're hungry and we're about to go get something to eat. But it was cool kicking it with y'all for this question and answer blog.
And if y'all want a part 2, feel free to leave some questions in the comments for us, because we will gladly answer them
when we have time.
They mean me.
Girl,
time management. When we
time
have time.
management, yeah.
Actually, I quit, so it's gonna be those 2.
Okay. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Yeah, I just hit 400 subscribers today. Period. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers.
1,000.
I'm skipping all the numbers. You know how people do like 250, 500. No, baby. First day, I was like, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Okay, you gotta manifest it.
Okay.
Make sure you share her videos, please.
Share them.
Get other people to know
Somebody
about her.
send this to Beyonce or Netflix or Oprah or
Whoever.
I like it.
So watching.
Some music right here, friend.